channel. I hope you have all had a wonderful day. Today's video is my TBR for February, and I am so excited to pick my books for this month. Excuse the glare if you can see it through the blinds and the sun. I'm embracing a sunny day and filming, so yeah, I apologise if the lighting is a bit bad and I have streaks across my face. There is a few things I just wanted to kind of mention before we get into picking my books. Kind of like some housekeeping, if that makes sense. So let me just quickly show you. So this book I am currently reading as part of my buddy read with Nikki. And I don't know if I mentioned it in January's TBR video or not, but me and Nikki are going to be reading these ones over 2 months instead of just one. Both of us have been struggling with kind of like a ready slump kind of thing. And I am just not used to reading big books at all. Ever. So Nikki has been very kind and said that we could read them across 2 months, which just feels really good for my brain. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I borrowed a book from the library quite unexpectedly. It was one that I'd kind of saved from watching somebody else's video and thought, oh, I'd quite like to pick that up, but I don't want to purchase it. So I found it at my local library. I did have to order it in, so I had to wait a little while for it, but I wasn't expecting it to come in as quickly as it did. So this is going to be going on to February's TBR. It is called Yoke by Mary H. Choi, and it says, Jane and June are nothing alike. June's 3 years older, a classic firstborn, know-it-all narc with a problematic finance job and an equally soulless apartment, according to Jane. Jane is an emotionally stunted, self-obsessed basket case who lives in squalor, has egregious taste in men, and needs to get to class and stop wasting mum and dad's money, if you ask June. Once thick as thieves, these sisters who moved from Seoul to San Antonio to New York together now don't want anything to do with each other. That is until June gets cancer, and Jane becomes the only one who can help her. Flung together by circumstance, housing woes and family secrets, will the sisters learn more about each other than they are willing to confront? And what if, while helping June, Jane has to face the fact that maybe she's sick too? I don't anticipate it's going to be a very, very fun read. I think it is probably going to pull on the heartstrings and possibly my not so good brain, but I thought it sounded really good. I'm here for a sister relationship, family relationship. And I just thought it sounded really good. So I want to give this a try. I have already extended it a little bit with my library already because it came out halfway through January and I just didn't get the chance to read it. So I'm hoping to get this read under a bit of a deadline in February. So there's that one. And then finally, I have the second book in the Hollow trilogy by Jessica Verde. This is The Haunted. I did, spoiler alert, read the first book in January. There were parts of it I didn't really remember, but you will get my full kind of opinion on that in my reading wrap up. So yes, I am including the second book in my TBR. So yeah, I do think obviously with those three already, it's going to be quite a hefty TBR, but I do plan on picking out 3 books this month that are going to come off my shelves. I was anticipating picking 4 or 5 each month, but as I've already got those 3 and February is a shorter month, I'm only going to be picking 3 choices. As I already have a continuation on with the series, we are just going to be picking from my standalone TBR mug, and we're just going to pick 3 choices out of it. So let's get into it. So we have the first one, dun, dun, dun. The second one, and let's swirl it around a bit, shall we? And the third one. So let's pop that down there and we will have a little look and see what they are. So the first one is Holly Hepburn's Coming Home to Brightwater Bay. So I did already have a Holly Hepburn in my January TBR. That was the Picture House by the Sea. So yep, continuing on with Holly. The second one is Colleen Hoover's Verity. So I originally actually picked Without Merit, and my friend went mad and was like, no, you need to read Verity as soon as possible. So I am quite excited that this one has come up as quickly as it has in this kind of TBR year mug that I'm doing. And then the third one is Beth O'Leary's The Road Trip. So yeah, I am quite happy with those. It sounds like it's going to be quite a sort of chick litty kind of month. So I'm going to grab them off my shelves and I will come back. Okay, so I've got the books. We'll start with Verity by Colleen Hoover. So I've actually heard quite a lot of things about this book. I know it's like a psychological thriller. I know there's a huge twist. I also know that it's a bit risque or smutty, shall we say. But I'll read you the back if you haven't heard of it, because I've never read the back. It says, a thriller that will keep you up all night and a twist that will leave you reeling. That's pretty much what I just said, wasn't it, really? Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its contents could devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth this horrifying would make it impossible to continue loving her. Yeah, I don't think it's a particularly long book. It's okay, it's sort of pretty average actually, like 320 odd pages. But I'm quite excited to get to it. My friend at work, her review has kind of put this onto a spinner for me. I really want to read it so I can talk to her about it. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. Next up is The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I read her The Flat Share and I absolutely loved it. And I really want to try and get a hold of watching the series on Paramount Plus. I just haven't got there yet. What is going on with my hair? But this one says, Addie and her sister are about to embark on an epic road trip to a friend's wedding in rural Scotland. The playlist is all planned and the snacks are packed. But not long after setting off, a car slams into the back of theirs. The driver is none other than Addie's ex, Dylan, who she's avoided since their traumatic breakup 2 years earlier. Dylan and his best mate are heading to the wedding too, and they've totaled their car, so Addie has no choice but to offer them a ride. The car is soon jam-packed full of luggage and secrets, and with 400 miles ahead of them, Dylan and Addie can't avoid confronting their very messy history of their relationship. Will they make it to the wedding on time? And more importantly, is this really the end of the road for Addie and Dylan? So yeah, I'm excited to get to it. It's got another kind of sister relationship in there, and also possibly a bit of a romance, possibly not. We'll have to see. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed The Flat Share. I didn't enjoy her other one so much, The Switch. It was good, but there just wasn't enough going on in that one for me. So I'm hoping this one will stick out a bit. The only issue with it for me is it's a hardback. And I've got nothing against a hardback, apart from the fact I just don't like them. I find them really heavy and chunky to hold on to. They give me an armache. I'm not a fan. So yes, I prefer a paperback, preferably a floppy one, but this is in hardback form, so we will give it a go. So there's that one. And then finally, Coming Home to Brightwater Bay by Holly Hepburn. I do love her books. They're very kind of chilled out, usually romances. But yeah, so this one says, how far would you go to mend a broken heart? Marina Wilde has it all: a successful career writing romantic novels, a buzzing social life, and a childhood sweetheart who thinks she's a goddess. But Mary has a secret. The magic has stopped flowing from her fingers. As her deadline whooshes by, her personal life falls apart too, and Mary finds herself single for the first time since, well, ever. Desperate to get her life back on track, Mary escapes London for a secluded clifftop cottage in the windswept Orkney Islands, trying to heal her heart and rediscover her passion for writing. Can this new adventure help Mary believe in love again, if only long enough to finish her book? Or is it time for her to give up her career and find something new to set her soul alight? So it sounds like there could possibly be a bit of a romance in here. But yeah, I'm quite a fan of Holly Hepburn books, so I'm excited to read it. So yes, that is my TBR for February. So 6 books altogether. One I'm hoping to have already started. Well, 2 I'm hoping to have already started before the start of February, because me and Nikki obviously have our buddy read, and there is a couple of days left to go of January, so I am hoping to start Yoke. But yeah, that's it from me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of short and sweet, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts without spoilers in the comment section down below. If you are doing a challenge this year, or you have a book you're really excited about, then do tell me that as well. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.